What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not another damn
Another
podcast.
damn podcast.
Presented by our
What
damn
news
self.
to us?
337.
Yes. Boop, boop, boop.
337, yeah. On the cusp of Thanksgiving, we'll call this, yeah. On the cusp of it, yeah.
A few days before Thanksgiving.
Yep. Thanksgiving, yeah.
So if you haven't, take them damn turkeys out. Put them in your refrigerator. They should have been thawing Friday. You should have had them for them big ass turkeys. They should have already
Probably
been.
should have finish your shopping up Saturday or Sunday. Certainly no later than Monday. If you got like a few like last minute items
Correct.
to pick up, yeah. Like if you don't have them by Monday, the stores are gonna be a mess. They probably gonna be a mess Monday, but like
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, I'll get some shopping on Saturday. Me and Babe, yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
and lines were like cool but not too crazy. So like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so
Because I finished the rest of my stuff. I did some little last minute things Friday. So I mean I was
yeah, we went
in it, getting it done because it's a lot in preparing. Like I saw a meme that basically said you spend like all this time doing to like you spend like 50 hours cooking and preparing, and then all the food's eaten in a day in like a minute, and then it's like okay, then you got to spend the rest of the time cleaning up all the stuff. So I mean,
yeah.
but it's a good time of feeling just being able to be with your family and your friends because I know people do Friendsgiving. There's people who do those, but I think it's a good time. I mean, I guess like it's
We were
a
family football, baby.
controversy. It's a controversy that
I
some
celebrate.
people
I
like. It's
celebrate. Yeah, I ain't going back and forth with you niggas. I'm living my best life like Duval, baby.
my thing that gets me is when people, oh, I'm not doing that, but then you begging for a plate. What? What? I don't celebrate that, but
Celebrate their white man's holiday. All of them are white man holidays.
but I need that mac and cheese you got. So we know mac and cheese is the star of the dish. It is. It's a star of the plate. It is.
We got a friend that did that. Ate a plate but waited till after midnight, like he was a yeah, like he's a mug Y and shit. He waited till after midnight. Dun, 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 dun. He's a mug Y and shit.
But yeah, get yourself together, give yourself ample time, start cooking your desserts early because you want them to properly cool so then you can ice them.
I see them damn cakes. Cakes
Yeah,
are crap when they hot.
I'm gonna start my cakes probably
Crumble is like
Tuesday.
yeah, cakes are the worst. Like yeah, you
I'm gonna start my cakes on
can't even
Tuesday.
slice the shit. Yeah, it's like yeah,
Yeah,
cakes.
you cut it till it starts crumbling. If you try to put icing on, it's like it, yeah,
Yeah,
not a good thing to do.
yeah.
But I'm gonna start doing my cakes probably on Tuesday, and I'll have my helpers because they're out of school this whole week. So I'm gonna have my helpers do my taste testing for me. So
Well, people eat warm pie. You don't eat warm cake. Though it's like it's
no,
not good. It's like it
not at all,
crumbles like a
not at
motherfucker.
all.
Yeah,
And then the mac and cheese
yeah,
gonna be done the day of. I'm gonna wake up early, shred my cheese, and
yeah.
get that going. And yeah, I'm just thinking about the mac and cheese. I'm gonna, yeah. Oh boy.
Sounds good. Well, on a serious note, before we really get into it, I want to dedicate this episode to our cousin
Yes.
McGee. We
Yes.
lost him right after we finished last week's episode. Like
Yeah, like
actually,
literally right
I
after
got
we
the
finished.
text right when we were doing our sign off. You know how we do our sign off. I got the message then. I got the call actually. My
A
mom.
call, yeah, from mom.
You might hear the phone ring at the end of that episode. I don't know. I didn't say the
Mhm.
ring. That's our telling giving the message. Yeah,
Mhm.
like right when we were rapping, he's like, yeah, we got the message. Yeah, but we dedicating this episode to him. Yeah,
Yes. Hmm. Rest in power, cousin. Rest in power.
love it.
Definitely. Hmm.
Peace and blessings going out to his wife Tanya,
Yeah. And his mom, our aunt, and his
brother.
sister and brothers.
Yeah.
So And just like the whole extended family, because their family was huge because their parents both came from big families. So they had a huge family. So they have a lot of family on their other side.
Okay, where
Mm.
the hell do we start? Want to pick it back up? Since we brought it down, let's pick it back up.
Yeah, let's uplift us.
There's one I missed from last week. Well, let's yeah. Should I
Oh,
go? Where do I want to go? Yeah,
uh-oh.
you saw Usher. He released his Mount Rushmore of Did you see that of
I
R
did not. I'm intrigued now.
his R&B Mount Rushmore? He put
Oh,
himself on there. That's what a lot of people were like looking at. It's like, which I'm not mad at, but yeah.
like
If you
I heard remnants of that. Like I didn't see it, but I heard people say, "How you going?" Because I remember I saw that like kind of go across like my
yeah,
screen. Yeah.
myself on there, and then his other names were solid though. Yeah, he had Marvin Gaye, Michael Jackson, Prince, and himself. That's what. Yeah. And he said if he wanted to throw like I guess a female, like he had I guess Whitney Houston coming off the
Whitney
bench.
Hutton. I was gonna say Whitney Hutton.
But yeah, so how do you feel about that? Yeah, Marvin, Michael, Prince, Usher.
Once again, lists are subjective.
Yeah,
It's your
it's his
opinion. It's
opinion.
opinion based.
Yeah,
But with any
people were
opinion based
tripping about him
list,
putting himself though. That's what people were.
with
Yeah.
any opinion based list, you gotta look at stats. So look at stats. Okay, how many albums did these people sell? I'm not saying that album sales are everything because like Vanilla Ice sold a lot of albums, but he's not clearly not a goat for rap. I'm sorry, he's not.
Right.
Just saying. So you just can't only look at that factor of this album sales. Then you gotta look at the run, like how many run, like what run do people have? Like were you hot for a year? Or do people still care about your music 20 years later?
And every one of these are like, it's you can't argue with any of those names that he put on there. Man,
Another
maybe
thing,
himself, but you can't argue with any of those other names he put on there.
another thing now, factor you gotta throw in now, following, like if you look at like social media files, because that's the factor you have to look at in today's market,
Yeah.
like the social media stuff, you have to look at that. Um, And I think that's pretty much, I think that kind of like summed up most of the factors that I would consider, like when when you add in, you have to add in all these factors together. I
Well,
mean, you know how I feel about Prince. Prince is, I mean, my Prince poster is over there. Prince is a goat. Prince is a goat to me. Michael Jackson, you know how I feel about both of those. Prince and Michael Jackson are goats to me.
only one
Marvin,
I haven't seen live is Marvin because he was before my time. Like
yeah,
I was little when he died. Yeah.
he was what, 83 when he died, right?
Eight,
84,
yeah.
83, 84-ish. I was a child. I was
I was
really
around
young.
Harvey's age. I was like, I
And
was
I
little.
was like three. I was like two or three when he died. Yeah, it was like way. Like I always remember Marvin Gaye being deceased. That's
Yeah.
not being funny, but I don't remember Marvin Gaye ever being alive. I don't.
Those other
I
three,
remember it being a big deal when he died because he was on April Fools. I remember it being a big deal and like our mom was crying.
I remember. Yeah, that's
I remember that, but I don't ever remember him being alive. I don't. So, um, like look at that factor of like the people still care about your music. Like Marvin died 40 years ago.
my memories of Marvin Gaye are
People still care
the
about music.
Midnight Love era, the sexual healing era. Like yeah, because all the other stuff was like way before my time. I do remember that being a hit though. I was a kid and I didn't know what sexual healing meant, but I do remember that being a
Don't hesitate because you're a masturbator, whatever he
yeah. I didn't
said
know.
there
Yeah,
and
don't
stuff.
hesitate. Masturbate.
Like,
I didn't. Yeah,
whatever.
I didn't get that line. It's a lot of masturbation because I hit. Did Michael make one? Because like then Mike used to grab his dick all the time, so I guess
Just beat
yeah,
it.
he did. Because Prince had masturbating with a magazine on his with Darling Nikki. So it was like all you gotta be masturbate to be on Mount Rushmore, I guess, for Usher. What's Usher's masturbation record? I don't know. I gotta go through his catalog.
Wow. A glaring name, like I said, what I've said about Usher, and we had this conversation off of here, I said Usher is a baby goat. I don't put him as a goat, but he's on that next tier. Like if this is goat, the top, he's that very next one right under because Usher came out like 94-ish. I
Kid,
want
yeah.
to say his first
Kid
album was
on long.
94.
Usher was a kid when he dropped. People forget that.
Yeah, he was like 14. Usher's like 2 years older than me.
Yeah, he was
2 or 3 years older than me. He's like in my age group. So he's he came out. He was like 14 when he came out.
Yeah, all the time, think
I
of
think
you. Yeah,
of
he was a
you. I
kid.
remember that. Don't make me lose my mind. That was like 94.
He was a kid back then. Yeah.
Usher was a kid. And then when he switched it up, My Way, that's when he started like, okay, okay.
That's
When
his
My Way
first
dropped,
great album
okay.
because the first album wasn't great. Let's be honest. Like,
Yeah.
then
You
Usher,
can tell
then
Diamond in
he
the
had a
Rough.
string of three in a row after that. Yeah, you had My Way, you had A701, you had Confessions. You had three bangers in a row then after that.
Because My Way was that shit. My Way gave us Nice and Slow.
I
No
pull
said. No said. Nice and slow.
I can make you want to be the one. But people mess that line up all the time. Yeah, just leave the one, you asshole.
Leave
Not
the
be.
one.
How the hell you gonna be the one you with? It's like, but people screw that line. That's why lines people screw up all the time. You make me want to be the one. Yeah, people do that all the time.
He's 5'2".
5'2", yeah, like
He's
Lloyd.
5'2".
5'2" and be the one I'm with. It's like, yeah, be the one you with. Lines people fuck up all the time. It's hilarious.
But that's why I say Usher, Baby Go. And then 8701, you remind us, you got it bad after this night. Don't leave your girl around me. True play for real. That's my
Yeah,
for real.
shout out Kiki, who's hosting the Soul Train Awards this year, brother. They got to do some Usher jokes there. We're gonna talk about her messy ass too in a little.
I was doing the Usher thing. And then Confessions album. That's a press play album.
Y'all know about him.
That's a press play album. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, peace up. A-Town down. The album was just incredible. Confessions was an incredible album. That was like right at the end of my college years. So Usher basically ran from like
high school or college for you.
From the time I was like
all of high school and all of college.
Halfway through my high school, all through my college, that he was like just banging it out. So he's a baby. I say baby goat. The glaring name that I would put, like I said, I agree with Michael, Prince, and I can even see Marvin. The name that is
I know who you're gonna say. You know what I'm gonna say? I would bump Usher and put Luther in that spot. Maybe.
I would actually bump. No, I would put Stevie Wonder.
Oh, Stevie. Oh, good. I like.
That's
Stevie.
What I would put. I'm like, where's Stevie Wonder?
I would put Stevie ahead of Luther. I give you that. Yeah.
Because I was like, where's Stevie Wonder? Because that was just my thing, like right there. I was like, okay, where's Stevie? Because Stevie, another one, he was the one who came out as a child.
Was a little not beheaded boy.
Because he was little Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, with
fingertips. Yeah. Like he was very young, and then
that's what I remember the song from. Cool, yeah.
Living for the city, living for the city. That's like one of the best songs ever. One of the best songs ever. That's one of the best songs. And then which one called a song I love so much that even my kids
double album, man.
Even my kids love this song because it like here's another thing about great testament of making you be a GOAT is that when your songs are used years later and just reimagined, don't you worry about a thing, because that was in the movie Sing, because the elephant was singing that in the movie Sing, and Ariana loved the song. She loved it. And I was like, I'm like, that's Stevie Wonder. And then I played the original, and she's like, oh, okay, mommy, I like this. I was like, yeah, that's you. I'm like, yeah, it's Stevie Wonder. Because she was surprised that I knew the words and that I knew the song. And I'm like, this is an old song, honey. But that's what you need to look at when you're kind of trying to decide. Like the longevity is a huge thing. Like years later, do people care about your music? Usher, Baby Go, because people are still singing Nice and Slow 25 years later.
One of my karaoke go-tos. I always put my name on the USHER part. I always put OZ. And I mean, I always put my
You that I will. And he was in the camera and he was. But I would say, like I said, but people get
way on there, yeah. I know another
guy. Way too mad about
another guy like people will put on there whose name I won't mention now. It's like, yeah, some people put him on their GOAT. It's like, we're not mentioning him. Like, yeah, but you know who the fuck I'm talking about.
Could you tell me how he did it?
He recently sued Tasha K. We're gonna talk about it.
At this point, I'm convinced that she's going to be putting on her makeup and she gets dressed like you and me, but she's, she's going to be that at some point, singing for money. She's going to be doing that
Go into
soon.
it, man. I'm pulling the story up.
La da dee da dee dum. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, Crystal Waters, listen to the songs. Basically, her jamming about a homeless woman, and she made a jam about it. It's
Yeah.
weird to think about it now.
One ish, something like that. Yeah.
But we let it slide in the night. We would just like, la dee da dee da, la da dee. We were like hitting that, and it's like, okay, this is not a happy song, but it
Yeah, R.
was.
Kelly, yeah. Sue and Tasha K over leaking personal info to the press. Yeah. From behind bars, he's hitting that ass with the lawsuit.
At some point, when does somebody tell you just to stop? like
Yeah, we
who's
got
her
two
people?
Tasha K stories we're gonna talk about today. Yeah, we're gonna get to the big one.
Who,
Yeah.
who did she have?
This ain't even the big one. We're gonna get to the big one in a second.
Like we saw what happened with Cardi B.
Cardi, she's like, cause like run me my money, cause like yeah, cause he had her for defamation in one. It's like, and she's like, not only do I want the defamation, you got to pay my lawyer fees too. So only reason I had to hire this lawyer is because of you. And yeah,
I
so
told
she,
you all Cardi going to do is just get that change to culture and wave.
yeah,
Culture and wave going to
it's
get
not
some
even
new
about
shit.
the money. It's like it's about the principle. That's all that is. She probably don't
She's
even
gonna get at the culture and wave. Like here y'all go.
have fun. It's like yeah, that's their fun money.
That's a trick off money. Culture and wave about to be. Ow, they going to be.
Don't need that money. She just wants to just fucking with Tasha K at this.
But that's the thing. But that's the definition of fuck around and find out. That's the definition.
Exactly.
And you can't just say stuff and make it be like it's a fact. Like you need to, according to TMZ or allegedly, you gotta,
yeah.
or according to Bossip, according to the Shade Room.
Which I'm reading right now, according to TMZ, R. Kelly is filed a lawsuit against U.S. government and Tasha K. Yeah, claiming they all were in cahoots of leaking his like private phone calls, like all of that stuff to like yeah. Because how would she know about any of this stuff? Is like she would have to have somebody on the inside too. So yeah, so she got information like through them. It's like yeah.
Man, huh? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Like people that work in the switchboard at the prison R. Kelly is in. They listen and it's like, oh, this is good shit right here. It's like
they listen like
yep.
With the tap. The wiretaps be in like movies and it's like, we got it, brilliant, we got him. It'd be in the movies.
Yeah.
But she like who is her like? Does she have a PR person? Does she have like? Because it's no way in hell that it's nobody not talking to her and just telling her like, lady, like zip it. Like what are you doing?
She leaked his.
Like, nobody's talking to you.
Like,
nobody.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
Like, cause come on, like you just can't put out stuff and just put it like I think putting out stuff that is facts. Like the big story. Oh
yeah, up to it. Yeah. Is the ex assistant of Will Smith. Yeah, I forgot the fucker's name again already. It's like what's his name? Pull that up. It's like I have to know. I don't
see
remember.
My face I'm making. Cause shout out, the first page I saw it on was Lady Red. I saw the video of the ex-assistant talking, the clip with him on Tasha K's podcast, and the visual I did not need when he described where he walked in on, what he saw, and I'm like, I didn't need that visual. That's a visual that
Brother Bilal. I was like, yeah, I knew some stupid name there. Said brother, he must be 5% because because you had names like that. And not shitting on the 5% nation, but brother Bilal sounds like definitely somebody that's a member of the 5% nation. Like
he's part of the thing from CB4, the one, what was his name?
Baba Ak.
Yeah, there you go. He's part of that, probably. Baba
We're gonna call him that, Baba Ak. Yeah.
Yes. I just thought that's the first thing I thought when you said. I thought about CB4, and I'm black, y'all, and I thought about that. Yeah.
I
Sorry.
thought about the 5% because they got names like that.
TB4 is where my mind went.
It's like my name wouldn't be I, it'd be Oz of Earth would be my name like in the 5% nation.
Yeah. But this guy, he's the ex assistant, and it makes you wonder like why you're an ex assistant, but carry on.
During the Tasha K video, the now viral video, yeah, he claims that he walked in on Dwayne Martin having Will Smith bent over in the dressing room and doing what he does, if you know what I'm talking about.
I was like, I didn't need that visual.
Will was a power bottom, basically, is what he said.
My eyes. I was like, my eyes, my eyes. Because he said he was looking for Will. He couldn't find, where's Will? I can't find Will. I can't find Will. And then he just goes in Dwayne's trailer, and that's what he claims that he saw.
Had him bent over as a power bottom.
But my thing is, if you walk in on somebody like having sex, like
that's why it's my thing about his brother Baba
allegedly.
Yeah, so yeah, like as a straight man, and most straight men, I say I've never seen two men having sex. Like you never walk in on that shit. So either you are in on it, that means you're gay too and shit, or it's bullshit. You're just making it up. That's how I look at it. Like what straight man walks in on men having sex is like, yeah,
My thing is,
you're in on it, or you're making the story up.
Who doesn't lock a door? Like, I mean, if you're having sex, like you wouldn't lock a door. I mean, like that's the first thing. Like, but
what happened when you walked in on them? Yeah, did they stop? Did they keep going? Did they acknowledge it? It's like what happened?
right? Did they see you? What's the follow up with that? Like I said, you just dropped this bombshell and you didn't really give a.
Either you were in on it or it's bullshit. That's my take on it. Yeah,
and we know we're leaning which way we're leaning.
exactly.
It sounds made up. It sounds.
Yeah,
It sounds like a made up
you
thing.
know, we've heard rumors about Will and Dwayne for years, but this story sounds like bullshit to
It
me.
sounds like some. It sounds like some Tyler Perry for colored girls when they had Omari being the closeted, undercover guy.
And not to
Yeah,
not to judge people or call anybody out as I'm about to say some bull. it did in the did you we saw the video didn't Baba did he seem zesty to you? He had a
I mean,
zesty,
I got vibes.
he had a zesty vibe to me. That's all I'm saying.
I definitely got vibes,
So
and it seems like he's looking for his.
Who was really bent over?
It seems like he's looking for his moment. That's what it seems like he's looking for his moment. His 15 minutes.
About to get his now because right after that Alopecia Kisa appeared on the Breakfast Club. Jada stopped by to promote the book, which is not doing too well. So she's trying to get the numbers up. So that's why she stopped by the show. I haven't read it and I don't plan it. So yeah, it's not doing well.
I haven't put it on Audibles yet. Because I kind of was like, do I want to listen to it? I'm kind of like,
she ain't getting no credit out of me. If you do it, I'll take your review. You tell me how it went.
I just want to listen just to be listening because like Marcus did download Will's book. I haven't listened to it yet, but it is on our library. Will's book is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just want to why not?
The fact it's been out over a week and you haven't downloaded it yet means that tells the story. It's slow moving. It's not because she told too much before. That's why. So people think it's probably more in it that she hasn't. But if people like you told her, why would I get the book? Like I know everything. It's like that's
like with movies. Like if you show all the good parts in the trailer,
it's like we saw everything. Yeah, why do I gotta go see this movie? Like we know everything now. It's like you gave away too much. It's like there's a Tubi movie I'm in that they did that it gave away too much in the trailers. That's right. Ozman is a Tubi legend and shit. I mean, like three or four different things on Tubi. But Yeah, she says that she is that they plan on suing this Baba Ak dude. I keep calling it, he's Baba Ak as far as that's his they gonna sue Baba Ak and shit. Yeah. They didn't mention Tasha. She didn't mention Tasha K, but I could see Tasha K be just because she's so messy and she's been sued by everybody else. I could see Will and Jada actually suing seeing Tasha K too.
Because I saw her when she said, because like with TMZ, like called with
She was
Jada and
leaving out of
everything.
that Breakfast Club interview. She's like, "Yeah, we suing." Yeah,
And
she's
she was
like,
like, we suing the way she said, we suing.
before she got
I laughed out loud when I saw it. That made me laugh. We
um,
suing.
Charlemagne and Envy was talking about the TMZ stalking outside the studio. So I was like right after she had done the interview, she was coming out. Yeah, so yeah, they was
But
outside.
shout out to TMZ's people. Like, here's my theory. I think that after the Maury show got canceled, all the cameramen went to TMZ because they be because the Maury cameramen would be the best like they would catch all the when the girl ran off the stage, they would be right behind her and they would
The
catch
guy would be
everything.
like,
So I think that you are not the father. And the girl always runs, and then she lays on the floor and cries. And the camera catches all of that. So I think that all those cameramen who got let go because of
"Big
Maury
job."
getting
The
canceled, they
TMZ
probably went to
hired him. Yeah,
TMZ.
TMZ hired him. Yeah,
It's just a theory. It could be wrong, but I mean, I don't think it is, but that's my theory.
TMZ starts doing paternity testing. We know.
I do miss the parody test shows. Not gonna lie, I do miss those. But you just can't. You gotta be smarter than that. I mean, is her husband not talking to her, Tasha K? Your husband, but then I mean, he's involved in the stuff too, where like he's
he's a
liable to these
willing
lawsuits.
participant.
You gotta know, like, hey, we ain't gonna let this dude on it, or if we do it, we're not gonna air this part of the interview. This is gonna be edited out.
Yeah, because people say, "Why?" I told you that I was in an interview years ago, and somebody said something negative against Jay Prince, and like the host I was working immediately shut that down. Like, no, stop that, delete it, because Jay Prince is one not to be fucked with. Basically, that's
Delete
the
and
vibe I got it. He's like, no, stop that, delete.
delete and
Watch
you
me.
can.
You're okay. Erase empty your trash, like all of that. Yeah. So you can't retrieve. Made sure that shit was gone. He's like, yeah. You watch me empty the trash and everything. Yeah. So people do like delete stuff, but yeah, you can always get it retrieved.
It is always ways because like if
Like
you work tech,
right now, it's like
if you're a tech person, you can retrieve stuff. Like if you do forensic tech, whatever, you can do that. You can always retrieve stuff.
only way
Unless
to,
you like
only way to
empty trash.
the only way to permanently get rid of it is to destroy the hard drive. But yeah, but yeah, he said, yeah, delete that. Yeah, empty the trash right now. It's like, yes. And it says empty the trash. This will delete file permanently. Are you sure? Like, that pops up.
Yes. It will permanently be yes, yes, yes. But you have to do that. I mean, you gotta be smarter than that. Like, but then again, like the fame and wanting it's a drug. It is like
Yeah,
the attention, the fame is a drug. It is.
really is, man. People get hooked on that.
So wanting to be like, I want to be this mega, I'm the next best thing. I went viral. People are talking about me. It's all about me,
I think
me,
she
me.
gets off on that shit, like not realizing that yeah, these are actual like lawsuits. like lawsuits aren't funny. It's that this is actual like
And you
law.
ain't got no money.
Yeah.
Like
You pay Cardi B, how you gonna pay all these other people?
you ain't got no money. You
You gonna
don't.
pay Will and Jada and R. Kelly and like whoever. How you gonna
I
pay all these?
mean, Will and Jada got long money. They have really, really long money. Really long money. So like people in that position will just do that just to fuck with you. Like you said, like I don't need your money, but I'm gonna drag out this case. Oh, the case has been continued. Oh, it's been continued again. Oh, it's been continued again. Oh, it's been continued again.
Stretch it out just to be an asshole. Yeah.
And what happens when you keep on continuing cases? You're gonna eventually run out of money. Even if you had a little, let's say that Tasha K has a little bit of a nest egg safe somewhere. If they drag this out for 4 years, you're not gonna have any of that. You're not.
Because lawyers aren't free. It's like, yeah.
They're not.
You're not gonna find any like, especially a lawyer for the high profile case like this, not gonna take it on contingency. Yeah, no
Mhm.
money down. It's like yeah,
Works on contingency? No, money down.
I work on contingency. They're gonna be like no money down.
And then you don't want Lionel Hutz. Like I said, we can still something. You don't want Lionel Hutz representing you.
Yeah,
Who was watching Matlock in a bar with the sound off and then got the gist of it.
luck. So
I
tomorrow,
was watching Matlock in a bar. The sound was off. I got the gist of it.
a boomer special right there. You gotta be a boomer. I've never seen an episode of Matlock. You definitely
Never, never,
shows
never.
I've never seen an episode of
Harry
Matt.
Mason, I've never seen.
That's a
I've
good
never seen that.
one.
I think when I went to go visit my friend in Denver when we went to her dad's house, I think he was watching Perry Mason. Because I was like, what is this?
I know the theme, but I've never seen the show. I don't. I know how the music goes.
Because I heard the music. I was like, what is this? And he's like, oh, you don't know Perry Mason? I started laughing.
There was some old people watching the Lone Ranger, like I was just somewhere random, and they had like it was just so random. Like, who watches the Lone Ranger in 2023? Like, what channel does that shit even air on? You had to dig to find that shit.
Turner Classic, maybe.
Because I heard the theme and I started breaking it. Dun, 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 dun. I was destroying shit. I was like, who's watching the fucking Lone Ranger and shit? And more bullshit is like another story which sounds made up and shit is like saying that Will allegedly beat up Jada after catching her with Mark Anthony. I didn't even know they had a connection, Jada and Mark Anthony. This is according to Hip Hop DX. Yeah,
They were on that show Hawthorne together. They were on that show.
another show I've never seen an episode of
Remember
Hawthorne.
that show?
I remember the
He
show,
was a
never saw an
nurse.
episode
Yeah.
of. Never saw an episode of
But
it.
I don't know anything about that. And I mean, it sounds fabricated once again.
Like he's trying to pile on more to the bullshit. That's
I
like
mean,
Will's already done and shit. Let's call it what it is. He's done and shit.
let's just call Will and Jada like I said, what I said they are. They're basically your auntie and uncle who decided years ago we just want to stay married, but we ain't together like that. They're your uncle and auntie that's still married. That's what they are. Everybody has one of those in their family. Like everybody has a relative like that they've been married 50 years. And when they die, then it's like, oh, they celebrated 55 years of marriage. It's like they ain't been together in 42 of those. Like,
like Joseph and Catherine Jackson. They were like that.
Mm-hmm.
When we
She was
saw
still
Joseph,
his wife.
we saw Joseph. He was in Vegas. He wasn't even living in LA no more. He was living in
He
Vegas.
wasn't insane.
Yep, he had long left, and and
He was
Catherine
living in
is probably
Vegas.
still there now. So yeah, but he left years ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But at the time of she was his survivor. He survived by his loving wife of however many years they were married.
Yep. But they hadn't been happy in decades, though.
Yeah, but I mean, we know what it is, and that's just that's their business. What works for them works for them. That's them. But adding like fabricated shit on top of it, that's goofy. That's real goofy doing
That
that.
sounds like I don't believe that for a second. Like Mark Anthony, now you just sprinkle, he's putting a little extra sauce on it now. That's what it feels like to me.
What is up with all this weird? I guess it's like the legal episode for us because it's just like a lot of like legal shit that's just happening and just like accusations everywhere.
Move forward, Cassie and P Diddy. This the big story.
Oh wait, before the big story, Keke Palmer. Jump in with Keke Palmer.
I forgot about her goofy ass. Yeah, Keke Palmer and she's claiming that dude was beating her ass. There's a video of the mama. Yeah, that's something with the mama that's out there. I didn't hear all of it.
I saw the video and then she like said Usher was gay in the video. I'm like, why are you outing Usher? Like, what does Usher have to do with this? She like she could dance it. Like, Usher gay and this. I what? Did. Yeah. Like you just outed Usher for no reason. It's like we have no documentation that Usher is gay because like he has several high profile relationship with several women. So we have no documented proof of that. So
that's the thing when you make these accusations, even getting back to Baba Ak and shit. Yeah, I mean, hey, where's your proof and shit? It's like that's my thing.
Exactly.
it's like you gotta approve. Like that's why unless he does have the receipts, is like Will and Jada probably will win that suit there. Yeah.
They are.
Unless he has actual receipts, like yeah. I mean, like videos, text something about Will and Dwayne being in the relationship. You need the
Mhm.
actual receipt. Other than that, it's like, yeah, you need proof and shit. You can't just say that you walked in on them. That's not proof. You need
Mhm.
actual proof and shit.
None at all.
Like walking in is not proof. It's like you need like to show something. It's like yeah.
But the video, it did show them in a like just showed them in a not great thing, and they both sound like they just never needed to have a child together. And I hate to say it like that because unfortunately, when you have a child with somebody, you're tied to this person forever now. So even if your relationship doesn't work out with this person, you still gotta deal with this person. You guys see them at, you guys see them at graduations. You guys see them
I
at
would say,
weddings.
I say my thing is always like minimum 18 years, probably for the rest of your life. Those like
Definitely for the rest of your life. Definitely.
yeah, minimum 18 years, but most likely the rest of your life you'll be linked to this person.
So it's like, but from like, okay, it did look like, okay, if he's out there beating women, you're a piece of shit. If you're a man, you're beating on a woman, you are a piece of shit.
If it's
But
true.
then, but then, but then on her side, it was saying like, she was saying that she hit him too. So it's like it's just a lot like to digest with that. Like they both needed to not.
And once again, where's the proof? Like, yeah, like of yeah, the beatings. Yeah, we need. Yeah,
It was a video of it of him like dragging her
yeah,
in the video, like dragging. And then he just sounds real, I don't know.
yeah. Like he's an unlikable goof, definitely.
Like they both just it's a recipe for disaster, like a toxic situation. Like ladies and gentlemen, like you gotta exit from these toxic situations. I know it's easier said than done, but you gotta like
You gotta be
stuff
strong.
is a deal breaker. It's not okay. Like somebody should not hit you. Somebody should not belittle you. Those are deal breakers. Like if somebody is constantly like it's all different types of abuse. It's physical abuse, it's emotional abuse, it's financial abuse. Like that's the thing that people don't talk about. Financial abuse is a real abuse.
Verbal, all of that.
Verbal, all of that is like those are deal breakers. All of those, like it's like you gotta put if somebody is just making you feel this big and constantly belittling you and putting you down and making you feel like you don't matter and just no, like you gotta pull back. It doesn't matter how well well they didn't mean it because like the love bombing, that's what happens in domestic situations usually. It's like a big explosion happens, then followed by like all the apologizing. It's like, I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. I was under stress. This was it's never an accountability thing. It's never that. So if he was beating on her, then it's like, and she did fire a restraining order against him, and but then the audio I heard him, he was like he showed up at her house demanding his son, and he sounded real crazy. Like, you just can't
Looking like
like
looking like Jody
he
and
sounded real crazy. Yeah, he sounded real crazy
I
in
want to
that.
see my son.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like banging on her door, like. So, but the resolution that I'm hoping that they find, because they do have a beautiful baby, and that baby is very new. So the baby's under a year old. So, like you said, minimum 17 more years. You guys gotta
make it work.
be in each other's life at least for the next 17 years. Probably longer, but
That's your lives, but yeah, at
I'm
least that.
hoping that a resolution can be found between them where okay, we don't work as a couple. We should not be together as a couple, but we need to raise this child together and we need to be responsible adults
Yeah.
raising our baby. So,
Okay.
like this, it's a mess. It is.
All right, now Cassie and P Diddy. That's what
Yes.
I'm here for because it's the newest story and probably the biggest story and probably the spiciest story is a lot. P Diddy accused of yeah, we can say what the fuck we want on this episode. I'll just say sexual assault and years of repeated physical abuse by his ex Cassie. That's a new federal lawsuit that we're gonna get to like what ended up happening with this lawsuit. I got the original story is what I'm reading.
Because what happened with me is I didn't even know what was going on because, like I said, I've been just in Thanksgiving mode. Like I've just
Oh, I
been my
reported this
mind.
story on Rockford's Power 106. I do an entertainment report every morning on that, so
Right.
I reported
My
it.
mind has just been in entertain. My mind has just been in entertaining for Thanksgiving, just trying to get everything together. So then, when I happened to go on Facebook, and I had somebody in my natural hair group, they posted a screenshot of part of the document reading for her suit. It was like maybe because it was like a 30 something page
Yeah,
document.
yeah, lawsuits stay long
It was
pages.
like a 35-page document. They posted one of the pages of it, and they was like, and then they had the like the eyes like that. They was like, "Are we going to talk about Cassie and Diddy with the eyes like that?" And then when I read the document, I was like read like the detail. I was like, wait, when did this happen? And then that's when I started Googling. And then I found like
All right, it's
she
pretty
filed the
much right.
lawsuit.
Pretty much since they met back in 2005, according to Cassie's suit. Like it went on all that time, pretty much. Yeah, well, she was 19 years old back then. Yeah.
And he was 37.
So that's her what she's saying. It's just where there's smoke, there's fire. It's like
Well, here's the thing, and I will stand 10 toes down on this, and people, you can come after me if you like. But my thing that I stand firm on, and I stand firm with this, barely legal girls don't need to be in relationship with 30-plus-year-old men. That's just my thing because mentally, like people love to like toot the she's grown, she's 19 is not grown. Like that's like legally, yes, legally,
there's
but
nothing illegal about that, but
but
it's
maturity wise,
a little weird though. Yeah,
you are not like I
well,
read something about your brain is not even fully developed until you're about 25. So it's like your reasoning, like you're easily to like things, especially in Diddy's situation, you were her boss. Like that looks so. So you're almost 40 years old. You sign on this girl who's beautiful. Cassie is gorgeous. She is. Cassie's gorgeous. You sign this 19-year-old girl. You're a 40-year-old man, damn near. And then you're her boss, and then you start dating her. That doesn't look.
let's be honest. Yeah, the Cassie wasn't very talented, so why did you really sign her? It's like I'm
You've
just
been waiting to come. I'm here to answer your call. That's how she sounds.
all I'm
No
saying is that,
shade.
and all I'm saying that when Ray J makes your song better, what does that say? Because
Not Ray
the
J.
remix of Ray J and yeah, when Ray J's the better singer, it's like yeah, that's just it's not a good sign for like your career.
You're not saying Ray J was the stronger singer.
Yeah,
Yikes.
exactly. Because they added Ray J to the remix, and then he was like,
Pretty baby. We heard Ray J's
he was
vocals
much
on
better
that
than her
verse.
on the record. It's
We
like
heard his vocals on that verses.
the Me and You record, he actually added him. He was much better. That's all.
But
But
let's
I'll read some of the accusations. Yeah, like
but look at that though. I said that's why I'll just start. But go on with the acting. I said let's
according
just
to
start there. You're her boss. You hire her.
according to this New York Times, let's see. It says a range of egregious behaviors that the accusations are said, including subjecting Cassie to drug use, physical abuse, and coercing her into engaging in sexual acts with multiple male prostitutes, which Diddy allegedly recorded. The lawsuit further claims that early in the relationship, Diddy took control of every aspect of her life, from her career decisions to financial matters, including providing housing and clothing and accessing her personal medical records. So basically, according to this from the New York Times, that he controlled every aspect of her life, both personally and professionally.
And people, I say people even had the audacity, like I said, because I've been in a lot of group things and I've seen a lot like the comment section. And the thing that some people would stand firm on is she was 19. Nobody forced her to do things. It's like, okay, you're 19, you're a 19-year-old girl. I don't know much about Diddy. I don't know much about Cassie's life before she became a celebrity. I don't know much about her. I don't
We don't
know.
know much about Cassandra Ventura. We know
Yeah,
Cass.
was she a sheltered? Because not all 19 is the same. Was she a sheltered 19? Was she a, she could. It is some 19-year-olds who've never spent a night away from their parents. It is some people who are so sheltered that their parents have never let them spend a night anywhere
Some
without them.
and it's some that come from broken homes that have been on their own since they
I've
were
been in the streets since they
yeah,
were 15.
like and that even before they went on, they were basically raising themselves like from
Raising
like yeah
themselves,
yeah because the parents were like either drunk or whatever like so it is
or absent.
those kids like yeah
Yeah, so you have like two sides of the two vastly different experiences that a person can be at 19. Like I said, I don't know what hers is, but she seemed like she came from a mother and a father. It seemed like she had a two-parent household. Seemed like she did. But
she don't seem like a street girl. I know we don't know her, but she doesn't seem like she was from the streets.
mm-hmm. But you meet this like you like I want to be a singer. So you meet not just a producer, you meet the producer, Diddy, a mogul
yeah
who's made he made Mary J. Blige a star.
yeah
He discovered Biggie,
he's
Faith Evans,
112 is like he done made stars and shit.
Total.
Yeah, he done made stars and shit.
He then made some stars. So you meet him, you do your little demo, you sing. What's a good song? Set me free, why don't you, babe? I'm just like, you sing, and then he's just like, okay, I want to sign you. And then you're so over the moon, so happy. And then at some point, you start getting the thing about like, okay, you can tell a difference between like business lunch and date. You get what I'm saying? It's like you start getting the vibes of if he coming on to me, you start like, okay, like you like initially when he first presents, because here's the thing where older guys do, they'll present as like, oh, I'm just looking out. I'm like a big brother. I'm like a father figure. I'm looking out like that for you. And then it's like, then it switches like, okay, you're beautiful. And then it switches at some point. You're like, wait a minute, I didn't think that you was looking at me like that. So now it's like, it's kind of like it's twisting in your head. And then you start, well, I mean, he is so-and-so. And then you start being like, okay, well, I can, it's no harm. And I mean, we're both considered adults. You start telling, and never fall for this, ladies. You're so mature for your age. That's like that's the line. That older guy, you're mature for your age. You're mature for your age.
That's the mic drop moment, right, kid?
30-plus-year-old men don't need to be having relationships with barely legal, like 19, 20, even 21, because it's like it's a manipulation thing. And then the fact that Diddy was her boss, that makes it even more of a conflict of interest, is that he was her boss on top of that. Okay. And so you get into the lifestyle, like you said, you mentioned about drugs in the lawsuit.
Yeah. So
how many people,
various drugs, including ecstasy. Yeah. And
how many people have taken
ecstasy was big during that time.
X was big during the early, like mid 2000s. Ecstasy
early
was
to
like
mid 2000s. That was like these drugs. Like,
so how many people have like been coerced into doing something that
I've never taken ecstasy, but from what I hear is like the sex drug is like
I've never done X. I've never done that.
It's like that's what I've heard. Is like
I've seen episodes of like TV shows where like people took X and then it made them release their inhibitions.
I work in entertainment, so I know people personally. I used to say it back then. Not naming names, but yeah, like some
some girlfriends when Joan took X.
That I won't name her.
Girlfriend Joan took X, and then on Sex and the City, Samantha took X. So so like from what I've seen on those shows, it's like it made them like oh, whatever. Yeah. So it's like, okay, so now you're doing drugs, and like when you start doing drugs are a way to really get control, because that's the first thing. It's like you get somebody who's impressionable, you get them on drugs and alcohol, now you got their mind altered. Now you can really control them further. Because let's be real, when you get on drugs and alcohol, you're not thinking clearly. So your mind is, you're very impressionable. So like you'll just do anything. And then if the more money somebody has, it's like, okay, well, you know, here, here's a $50,000 car. Just buy you a $50,000 car. Buy you a $10,000 coat.
A bag.
Get you a $5,000 watch. Like you can drop like that, and that becomes addictive because it's like, because like I've always said that even when I didn't know all this stuff, obviously years ago, when people kept on saying like, Diddy playing with Cassie, like he never going to marry her and this and that, and then I said I think that Cassie has just accepted the fact that she's a kept woman. A lot of women will rest in that, like okay, like I don't ever have to work, I don't ever have to do this, I don't ever have to. Okay, I'll well, look at where I live. I live in this nice house. I got this, I drive this nice car. I got this Birkin bag. I got all these material things. So people will rest in that.
Yeah.
But
And you in that part of that lifestyle too, yeah. On all the red carpets,
on
all
the
the
red carpets with her, so it became, a
well,
lot of extra stuff was
I
happening.
read Diddy's his attorney's statement before the settlement and all that, which we're gonna get to. Says, and I
Hmm.
according to the New York Times, and I quote, yeah, Mr. Combs vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. For the past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been subjected to Ms. Ventura's persistent demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship, which was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail. Despite withdrawing an initial threat, Ms. Ventura has now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. End of quote right there. That's the statement from Diddy's lawyer.
Whenever people use the word vehemently, I go like this.
Yeah.
I vehemently deny this. I vehemently, that's just such a, I don't know. It just seems very hard.
Was the settlement 30 mil? I don't know. Did it give a number or was it like undisclosed?
It's
Like I don't
undisclosed.
know. She
So
might
a day.
might I
So,
got the 30, you'll say half though. She got 15.
so let's say, well, even 20. So let's say how fast that this case goes. She filed the suit. A day later, they settled out of
The suit
court.
was filed Thursday, and then by what I guess by the end of business on Friday, like they had
A
settled.
day later, the suit was settled.
And
Now,
when
one may ask, when I've always maintained, like, you're innocent until proven guilty. You are innocent until proven guilty, but
and settling is not an admission of guilt, but
but
the optics just don't they don't look
the
like
math ain't
some,
mathing.
but some don't smell right about this shit to me.
If I know I didn't do something, and I know for in my heart I am not guilty of shit, I did nothing, I'm gonna fight for my day in court.
You can't threaten that you're gonna go public with something I never
Expose me
did.
for something I
Like,
didn't
go
do.
ahead, I didn't do that shit. It's like something like,
Right.
go ahead, yeah, run to the media, do whatever you're gonna do because
But
I didn't do nothing.
settling
I'm not gonna send you a check though because just to keep you quiet if I did nothing.
settling a
Me
day
personally,
later.
like I said, I'm not a millionaire, so maybe their minds works different. But me personally, I'm not giving you shit.
Yeah.
If I didn't do shit, I'm not giving you shit.
You see how tight I am when like with these traffic cameras in Chicago. I'm not giving the city no extra money. Keeping my $50. You ain't getting this 50.
Yeah.
I'm not just giving away money. I'm not. I'm
Well,
just
do
not.
nothing, you're not getting nothing. That's my thing.
But like we said, like we're not
Settled. We don't know the number, but I'm sure is 8 figures. Don't say yeah.
he's damn near a billionaire at this point. So it's like I don't know if his mind works different, but
And it might have not been the 30, but it's probably it's 8 figures. I'm sure their settlement is like whatever they settled on is 8 figures.
but people like dragging saying that like, like she did, like she's just this and that. And it's
Because I
like
saw that on both sides. People are like, because on the pro Diddy side is like if you really were like had all of these accusations, it's like why wouldn't you pursue criminal cases? Why is it about money? It's like I saw that
isn't the statute of limitation over though?
If it was 2005, it might be. I don't know how
Yeah, the
long.
statute of limitation might be over for SA.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you think about like just the way that the whole relationship, like I said, when you just go back in your mind, it's like because they were on and off for over a decade. And then it just like abruptly, like the way the relationship just abruptly ended. It was like no build up to it. Was just like, okay, 2018. Like she's like, yeah,
And then
I'm not with him.
she immediately got married. That was another red flag too. Like like right after that, she like married somebody. It wasn't even a year. Like she
It was
married
like
her.
7, and then she was pregnant with like the guy's child. Yeah, she got married like 7 or 8 months later.
Yeah, it was like that was like something was weird about that to me too.
Like it was just an abrupt end. It was no dragging him, like, he cheated on me for the last time and I'm done. It was nothing like that. It was just like, okay, because they were saying the report that I read from it was saying in the New York Times article, it was saying that he went to her house and then she was sexually assaulted by him. And after that, when he held her down and assaulted her, then that's when she effectively ended the relationship for good at that point. Like
Yeah,
that,
I didn't
that was
yeah, I
like too
didn't
much. That's what I read on the New York Times thing.
yeah.
And when I read that, I'm like, so I started doing the mental math. I'm like, okay, I'm like, their relationship abruptly ended. It was like no buildup. They were together one day and it just abruptly ended.
Yeah.
It was no, and you have to do math because like what I'm seeing, like I've known some people who were DV survivors, I've known people who were SA survivors. I've known both. And what I can say about like the domestic violence, especially, is like once once the person is able to get away from the person and fully like cut all that, then they run, they don't look back. It's like they just completely just you get what I'm saying? They just, and it seems like it came from out of nowhere, but it's like all this time it's just been brewing. Like you couldn't get out. It's like you want to get out, you can't get out. You can't get out. You feel trapped. You feel stuck. You can't get out. You can't get out. And finally, when you see that out, you get that out, you run and you just you don't look back. It's like I'm out. I'm out. I'm gone. I can get out now.
Yeah.
So like looking at it like that, the way that their relationship abruptly ended, that's a red flag. And then the fact that she married somebody less than a year later, had a family, that's kind of like that's like you said, that could be considered another. And then when he was coming into her comments talking about congratulate, I'm so happy for, like the way he just came into her, like that was just
Yeah, he was
that
acting,
always seemed weird to me too.
weird during that time too.
I mean, you can congratulate your ex. Like, I mean, it's nothing that says that just because you break up with somebody that you have to hate your ex. There's nothing that says that. But come on, it's like you were like, I'm so happy for you. Like the way he was commenting in her thing
Weird
when she,
after the breakup when she married dude, he was acting weird. I remember.
yeah, that was like off to that seemed weird to me. It did.
But yeah, my take on both sides is like it here's my personal opinion about it. Cassie probably was seeking a payday. It's like, but some of this stuff probably where the smoke is fire, some of this stuff probably happened to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so she said, hey, pay me, I'll stay quiet if you pay me this, otherwise I'm going to the press with it. And she actually filed a suit, she took it further than the press. She actually went to the courts and shit. Yeah. She
Mm-hmm.
probably, yeah, so it probably on both sides, she probably was seeking of, because let's be honest, it's like she probably got used to that lifestyle, that P Diddy lifestyle. Like she was there for like a decade plus. It's like I
Yeah,
don't
she
know
was
what
like
this new
12
guy.
years.
Yeah, like I think he's a trainer or something. I'm sure he ain't got P Diddy money. This guy,
Yeah,
the
he's a trainer.
she got used to that lifestyle. Is like so. Yeah, the checks aren't as big as they once were. So she said, let's and they probably plotted together and let's hit Puff up. It's like yeah, let's get some money out of him and shit. Yeah,
Because I mean, but like you said, we'll do it. There's smoke, there's fire. I mean,
yeah. Like
we
I don't think it's like because Diddy's a shady motherfucker. Let's be honest. Like yeah, his business dealings over the years. It's
we
like
we
all
see
these
what he
people
did.
lying. Is like yeah, Mace,
The lots,
the locks is like yeah, it's like we could go like down the rabbit hole of
Lori
people
Ann
fucked
Gibson.
over and shit. Yeah, yeah.
Like all these people can't be wrong.
I gotta hit up Willie and shit. From day 26. I was like, was he shady to you? Yeah. Shout out to the homie Willie. We hit up Willie.
Band, like why didn't the band ever, do anything really?
Because they sucked. I guess.
No, because the five greatest rappers are Dylan, 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 Dylan.
bad boy this and bad boy that. Boy, you can't have one song and have a career. One song that was mid at that.
Yeah, you can't. We in the club. We in the club.
What about Dirty Diddy, Dirty Money? I'm coming home, coming home. Tell the world I'm coming. All of these groups is vanished. What about Young Jock and shit? Yeah, he's doing radio like me now. Yeah, going
Going
down.
uphill.
How you go from Bad Boy South to doing the radio show? Yeah, I want to know. I need answers. But he's a shady mother. Craig Mack, way back in the day. That's the first one he did wrong and shit. Yeah. Once he saw dollar signs and big, like Craig Mack became a fucking afterthought and shit. That's the first dude he did wrong. It was Mack and shit. So going way back to the beginning, he was shady. There's still some people that think he has something to do with the death of Pac. Maybe
And big.
big and shit. Yeah. Maybe even big. It's like there's people that's Suge Knight kind of alluded to that because he got a documentary running on Showtime now. Suge, people all blame Suge for all this, and Suge was like, if you think about it, I lost everything when Pac died. Yeah, like who gained? It's like, yeah, and what's he talking about when he said who gained? It's like, yeah. I was like, he didn't name names, but like I got what he was implying. He was like, think about who gained. Like I lost because Suge did lose everything after the Pac thing. Like I lost everything. Why would I kill him? I lost everything after that.
And
like,
then again, and then the glare one that people mentioned, the rumors were out there about like Kim Porter, and people were saying something about that because they were saying Kim Porter was.
I saw another Illuminati story there.
They
Yeah,
said she was allegedly shopping a book before her death, and then they said that when she died, they said her computer was taken, it was completely white, like her laptop where she had this
vanished. Yeah,
book.
it's a laptop that a vanished MacBook and shit.
Yeah, but they said she was shopping a book allegedly. That's what the rumor is. Allegedly, she was shopping a book, and it's like it's just like you said, where it's smoke is fire. It's too much.
We can admit that.
Too much out there.
We don't know if like everything that was in this lawsuit happened, but yeah, we can all admit, like everybody, we can all raise our hands and admit that Sean Combs is a shady motherfucker. We can admit that, and we can all admit that. It's like if you don't admit that, then you're drinking the Kool-Aid. We can admit that he's a shady motherfucker. We can at least admit that. So where there's smoke, there's fire and shit. But Cassie was trying to probably was a payday because the checks ain't what they was like after that. That Diddy lifestyle is over. So yeah. Let's try to get one big payday out of this shit. It's like yeah. So that's like
and the fact that he was like, he still like, I still deny it, but I settle in there. I wish her nothing but love. What? Like what?
Like pleading no contest to like a traffic ticket. It's like yeah. You're not admitting that you did that shit, but you're not denying it. You just feel like you plead no contest, pay my fine, keep it moving. It's like it's the equivalent of pleading no contest.
About today's society is that they gonna find you. Like I said, all these secrets. Like, it's so many. Like I said, it's just this. I feel like stuff like this is just the tip of the iceberg of all this bullshit that happens. And I feel like it's going to be more. It's going to be more accusations, more. It's going to be more, not necessarily about dead, but I'm saying it's just going to be just people in general because so many people have just been silenced for so long. And now that people are feeling like, okay, I got some protection now, I can speak. I have a feeling like a lot's going to unfold.
The Me Too movement changed everything.
It did.
But I think we can wrap it up on this note.
Yes.
Not another damn podcast. Definitely appreciate you supporting Not Another Damn Podcast. You want to support us further, you know what to do. Give us a like. Also subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms, talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha.
YouTube, your Amazon Alexa devices as well. And you can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how I do it.
And you can check me out MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SER8GLEY1 on Twitter, SER8GLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.